The universe is incomprehensibly huge and awesomely old. Considering all that reality, it appears to be likely that someplace, at some point, one more flash of insight erupted into reality. Yet, on the off chance that there are wise creatures in the distance, how in the world might we at any point associate with the man, expecting we might want to be companions? How might we give them bearings to our planet? There are a few strategies researchers could use to send headings to faraway outsiders. However, more critically, scientists would need to sort out a method for sending a lucid cosmic guide to our visitors, which is a precarious issue. Assuming you attempt to let someone know where you will be, you want to have a few normal references. Isn't that so? Unmistakably fixed references. Hector Socas Navarro, an astrophysicist at the Institute of Astrophysics of the Canary Islands, a Spanish archipelago in the Atlantic Ocean, told Live Science, "Be that as it may, nothing is fixed in the world. Stars and planets are continually in transition, moving around each other in a sluggish, enormous three-step dance. Be that as it may, even inside our consistently moving universe, researchers have thought of far to hand off our area to whoever else might be out there." In the mid-19th 100 years, Austrian cosmologist Joseph Johann von Littrow truly suggested that people dig channels arranged in tremendous mathematical examples in the Sahara Desert, fill them with lamp fuel and light them on fire. The thought was to send a reasonable message to outsider human advancements living somewhere else in the nearby planet group. We are here. Von Littrow never saw his thought work out as expected. All things considered, long after he proposed his aggressive arrangement, we haven't halted our endeavors to contact extraterrestrial life. Radio realized the journey to pronounce Earth's presence. In 1962, Soviet researchers pointed a radio transmitter at Venus and recognized the planet in Morse code. This presentation, the first of its sort, included 3 words: Mir, Russian for harmony or world; Lenin and SSSR, the Latin letters in order abbreviation for the Cyrillic name of the Soviet Union. The message was thought of as to a great extent emblematic. As per a 2018 article distributed in the International Journal of Astrobiology. More than anything, it was a trial for a fresh out-of-the-box new planetary radar. An innovation which sends radio waves into space, with the essential objective of noticing and planning objects in the nearby planet group. As far as distance, the following endeavor to arrive at ET was undeniably more aggressive. In 1974, a group of researchers, including cosmologists Frank Drake and Carl Sagan, sent a radio message from the Arecibo Observatory in Puerto Rico toward Messier 13, a bunch of stars around 25,000 light-years away. The picture, sent in paired code, portrayed a human stick figure, a twofold helix DNA structure, a model of a carbon molecule and an outline of a telescope. The Arecibo message attempted to give a depiction of who we are as people in the language of math and science. Douglas Vakoc, a clinician and the leader of Messaging Extraterrestrial Intelligence, METI, International told Live Science. The Arecibo message was, straightforwardly, a roll of the dice. It will require around 25,000 light-years to arrive at Messier 13, so, all in all, the star group will have moved. As indicated by the Cornell University Department of Astronomy, theoretical outsiders could in any case have the option to distinguish the transmission as its stars passed. It has 10 million times the force of radio transmissions from our Sun. The Sun transmits a wide range of electromagnetic radiation, from bright to radio. But that is improbable, said Seth Shostak, a stargazer at the Search for Extraterrestrial Intelligence, SETI, Institute. It was, in some sense, the most remarkable message Shostak told Live Science. It resembles a Goliath board on U.S. Interstate I-5, yet it's off in a field someplace. All the more as of late, radio has been utilized to send everything from craftsmanship to commercials. In 2008, Doritos radiated its promotion to a nearby planet group in the Ursa Majoris heavenly body, around 42 light-years away, as indicated by the article in the International Journal of Astrobiology. In 2010, a message written in Klingon, a language utilized by fictitious outsiders in the Star Trek universe, welcomed genuine outsiders to go to a Klingon show in Holland. We haven't depended uniquely on the radio to impart. We've additionally sent off space apparatus containing curios from Earth, with the expectation that they'll ultimately be scooped out of interstellar space by savvy living things. Explorers 1 and 2 were sent off in 1977 to investigate the external ranges of our planetary group and interstellar space. Each conveys a golden record containing music, encompassing sounds from Earth and 116 pictures of our planet and planetary group. The Voyager rocket is as yet chugging through interstellar space, ready to be found. In any case, the possibilities of that occurrence? Zero, said Sherry Wells Jensen, an etymologist at Bowling Green State University in Ohio who has practical experience in extraterrestrial knowledge. It was only a delightful and graceful, wonderful, fearless endeavor that truly summarized sort of the best of us. Regardless of whether it's silly as far as really conveying, Wells Jensen told Live Science. Specialists concur that the probability that any of these endeavors will arrive at outsider civilizations is low. That result depends, obviously, on whether there is outsider life in our star framework. In any case, that life being referred to would likewise listen intently for radio transmissions and see enough about math and science to decipher our messages. At last, the messages we've sent will quite often expect that these outsiders sense the universe similarly we do, with hearing and vision. Electromagnetic radiation, which incorporates everything from apparent light to radio waves to infrared, has generally been the main decision for broadcasting data about Earth into the universe. By inconspicuously balancing the recurrence of an electromagnetic wave, researchers can tap out complex messages in basic paired code. What's more, because electromagnetic waves are directional, any keen outsider catching such a sign could follow it back to Earth. Of the multitude of various sorts of electromagnetic waves, radio waves are the standard go-to for such correspondence. That is because the recurrence of radio waves fills an advantageous hole in the electromagnetic range, known as the water opening. As per NASA, at this recurrence, somewhere in the range of 1420 and 1720 MHz, hydrogen and hydroxyl, reinforced oxygen and hydrogen, atoms, the two parts of water, go about as a sort of synthetic soundproofing, retaining lower and higher vibrations and leaving the channel moderately liberated from enormous foundation commotion. Frequencies above and underneath the water opening are relatively uproarious, because they are brimming with quantum vibrations and extra radiation from the Big Bang. Researchers have involved radio waves to endeavor extraterrestrial correspondence previously. In 1974, specialists radiated a radio recurrence message from the Arecibo telescope in Puerto Rico toward the M13 star group, roughly 21,000 light-years away. The message was a basic double pictograph containing a portrayal of a DNA atom, our planetary group and a stick figure human, in addition to other things. As indicated by the Search for Extraterrestrial Intelligence, SETI. From that point forward, various radio messages have been terminated into space, including NASA's Across the Universe signal in 2008, which comprised completely of the eponymous Beatles tune. One possible issue with radio waves, notwithstanding, is that they diffract, or widen, as they travel, similar to a wave extending in water. That implies that they might turn out to be too diffuse to even think about conveying a noticeable message when they arrive at a far-off cosmic system, as indicated by MIT's Lincoln Laboratory. For a more coordinated message, said Svetlana Berdyugina, an astrophysicist with the Leibniz Institute for Solar Physics in Germany, we ought to communicate utilizing apparent laser light. A designated message made of energized laser light, or light whose vibrations happen on a solitary plane, can travel a lot farther than a radio transmission without corrupting. Notwithstanding, because optical waves are an all the more firmly stuffed signal, they're exceptionally tight. Researchers would have to utilize unimaginable accuracy while sending them. As such, we would as of now need to know where our outsiders were before we could send them laser bearings. A few researchers have adopted an alternate strategy to interstellar correspondence, one more much the same as a message in a container. Socas Navarro said. The most popular is the brilliant Trailblazer plaque, which astrophysicists Carl Sagan and Frank Drake connected to the TESS Pioneer 10 out of 1972. As per the Planetary Society, a second, indistinguishable plaque was mounted on Pioneer 11 the next year. These plaques are recorded with two human figures, a man and a lady, as well as a map directing the way toward our nearby planet group utilizing a progression of 14 odd inestimable tourist spots, pulsars. Pulsars, short for throbbing radio source, are incredibly thick, pivoting remainders of dead neutron stars that produce light emissions radiation from their shafts. As they turn, these pillars seem to heartbeat or flicker, similar to a beacon reference point. Since pulsars address an uncommon metronome-like point in the world, they are incredibly helpful for the route. Berdyugina said. NASA intends to involve pulsars as a sort of infinite GPS in future RAN missions into profound space. As per Nature, by estimating slight changes in the appearance of each heartbeat from at least 3 pulsars, a rocket can locate its situation in the system. On the Pioneer plaque, every pulsar is set apart with a line demonstrating its separation from Earth, as well as a progression of lid imprints to indicate how quickly it turns. Nonetheless, pulsars are extraordinarily directional. Their glimmers aren't apparent from each point. So if an outsider human progress were to get the Pioneer plaque and perused it like a guide, they would need to sort out what we see. Berdyugina told Live Science. In case they miss a pulsar completely. At the point when they planned the plaque, Sagan and Drake were certain that any civilization that progressed to the point of finding and catching the Pioneer test would have a sufficiently profound comprehension of pulsars to understand it. Yet, the Pioneer plaque isn't simply a message in a container. It's additionally a period case. The trapdoor marks on its pulsar map show the rotational pace of every pulsar according to a 1972 Earthling perspective. Be that as it may, those quickly turning pulsars are dialing back. In a few 100 million years, some of them may never again be turning. As Socas Navarro called attention, it could take far longer than that for a wise development to track down the test. Significantly less travel to Earth. That's it for today's video. If you enjoyed the video, please let us know by hitting the like button. And if you like this type of content, then be sure to subscribe so you never miss an upload. Thank you for watching.